My name is Philip F. Tourney, author of Erasing the Liberty and What I Saw That Day. I'm a survivor of the unprovoked, deliberate attack on our ship in international waters, June 8, 1967, by the Zionist State of Israel, and a attack that was brought upon us by a state that knew exactly who we were, a United States intelligence ship in international waters at all times, doing exactly what our government had ordered us to do, under the direct command of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, which was later taken away from them, and then we were under different orders by one or two people. Presumably LBJ and McNamara, which I think that is about as close as you're going to get. So we were steaming at about 4 or 5 knots as usual, 12 and a half miles off the coast of the Sinai, when Israeli aircraft reconned our ship with the Star of David on them. They would come so low, the pilots would wave at us, we'd wave at them. Everybody knew who it was. They were Jewish. We were happy to see them, very happy to see them, because we figured if anything ever happened, you know, our Jewish buddies would be there to help us in a heartbeat. So this went on for, like I say, approximately 8, 10, 12 hours. But they positively identified our ship, and this was confirmed at their headquarters in Haifa, I believe. And it was looked up in James Fighting's book. And they confirmed the USS Liberty, and there it was, opened up. So they admittedly said, yeah, we know exactly what the ship is and what it does. We were the most sophisticated spy ship in the world. Listening platform. We could bounce signals off the moon back to the United States of America within seconds. But suddenly around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, all hell broke loose. Our ship was being attacked by unmarked jet aircraft from all sides, from bow to stern, from port to starboard. We didn't know who was attacking us. As I said, unmarked jet aircraft. Within several seconds, they took out every antenna we had, the 450 caliber machine guns we had on board. Basically, what the machine guns were for is repel boarders. That would be if anybody tried to board our ship, like in port or whatever, you would at least have some type of protection to keep them off your ship. But they wouldn't have done us any good anyway. They were destroyed. So we were helpless in the water. And fortunately, there was a sailor, Terry Haldebardier, that got a signal off 15 minutes into the attack. He jerry-rigged a antenna that was offline, and we got information to the 6th Fleet, namely the USS Saratoga and USS Little Rock, USS America, and every ship in the area. In fact, it went around many, many places in the world that they could hear us asking for help. Immediately, jet aircraft were launched from the USS Saratoga to come to our aid, and even before they hit the horizon, those jet planes were recalled by McNamara. He said, bring those planes back and bring them back right now, which Captain Tully did oblige. He brought the planes back. Everybody could still hear us, you know, yelling for help. And as I said, help was only 15 minutes away. They didn't even send a Piper Cub to see what was happening to us. That's how bad it was. So he relaunched. And McNamara called him back again. Tully gave him some heat about it. He wanted higher authority, and he got the higher authority from the President of the United States when he sent it that he wanted those GD planes back. He wasn't going to embarrass our ally Israel. Now, the only ally we had in the area was Israel. Now, he might not have said Israel, but he said ally. So everybody knows what that means, Israel. So he didn't give a GD if every man aboard that ship went to the bottom. He was not going to help us. And we didn't get any help for 18 hours when they knew an American flagship was under attack by a foreign government. Now, I don't care what government that is, foreign or otherwise, you're going to go help your sailors and Marines and national security people. But they didn't. They left us out there to die. And die they did. 34 Americans were slaughtered. 174 others were wounded, including myself. 2/3 of the crew was either dead or wounded within a matter of 2 hours. There were over 850 rocket and machine guns in our ship. There was napalm burning up the bridge, the side of the ship. They dropped 5 torpedoes into the water. They had 3 torpedo boats, and 4 of them missed, thank goodness, and 1 of them hit the starboard side, instantly blowing up to bits 25 American servicemen that worked for the intelligence agency. Our ship was lifted completely out of the water, and we thought we were going to roll over, but we didn't. The ship stayed at about a 10 or 15 degree list. How it stayed afloat, I have no idea, with a 40 by 40 foot hole in it. But it did. So we waited and waited and waited, and of course help never came. When they knew we needed it terribly. But they waited 18 hours until the next day before help ever got there. If you can imagine, 18 hours of agony for these poor guys. Some of these guys were wounded so bad, it would break your heart to even look at them. It brought you to tears. Grown men were crying over that, believe me. That's how badly wounded these people were. Something you never forget. I pray to God it never happens again. That's one of the reasons that I'm doing this. And it's one of the reasons that I'm here in Dallas, Texas today with Dave Gahary, my partner in crime, I guess you'd go to say, that wrote a new book called Erasing the Liberty. And I wanted to change the book from the original book, so we just stayed away from what I saw that day and started all over again. And I asked Dave, I said, Dave, I want to get as many survivors into this book as I can. So we talked about it, and he says, finally, okay, let's do it. And we decided to do it, and I got as many survivors as I could. And Dave would interview them, and he would get their testimony and put it down in writing, and we got it in the book. And it's all in there. Plus many, many, many more things that you've never even heard about is in this book. In fact, it's probably one of the most factual books out there, if not the most factual books that has ever been printed. So to look at Erasing the Liberty and to read it will give you more insight than anything in the world. Go to usslibertymovie.com, and take a look at the trailer. Now, along this trail with Dave and I, we decided that there must be a movie made. There's been several, maybe 5 or 6, maybe more documentaries, but they go nowhere. I'm not talking about a documentary. I'm talking about a feature film. But we need your help to do it. We can't do it alone. That's why we're out here on the road. We're at the Military Order of Purple Heart Convention in Dallas, Texas, right downtown. And we told our story today to the brave men that have been wounded for our country. Several hundred brave souls, men that lost limbs, broken hearts, broken minds, broken spirits. But they listened to us. And they understood the gravity of what I was talking about. And they were in my shoes as I was in their shoes. So it was one of the most gratifying things I've ever done in my life. And it's a first for the USS Liberty to get the word out like this, especially with a national organization like the Military Order of the Purple Heart. It's the only national organization recognized by Congress as the Military Order of Purple Heart. And here we were invited to their convention, not only speak to the men, but the ladies' auxiliary. That's how proud we are of the book and the film. And that's why we're here. So go to usslibertymovie.com, usslibertymovie.com. Look at the trailer. You can go to the donate page. It'll show you exactly what you can do. For $25, you get a book. For $50, you get a book signed by me. For $100, you get a book inscribed by me for anything you'd like me to say. Now, if you want to donate $20, $5, $1, or $2, please do it. Again, it's very simple, usslibertymovie.com. That's where you go to get the book and donate. So it's incumbent on all patriots out there. Without patriots, we're not going to get this done. This job will never get done without you guys. We need you desperately. I'm begging you to help us make this film. Let's set his history straight. For 50 years, you've been lied to by your government. You've been lied to by the Zionist State of Israel. And it's time to stop. The lies have got to stop now. They knew exactly who we were, and our government covered up for them. The Board of Inquiry was done in 7 days. Can you imagine that? In 7 days, a Board of Inquiry completed and signed off on by the President of the United States with the blessings of none other than John McCain Sr., John McCain's daddy, who was the commander of the European fleet in 1967. In fact, he just got his 4th star and took command of that maybe 2 or 3 weeks or a month before that. So, folks, what I'm asking you to do is help us make this movie. Now, I've repeated that several times because we need you. We need you right now. I want to show you something that we got from the Military Order of the Purple Heart that is probably one of the most gratifying awards that ever could be awarded, not just to me, but the crew of the USS Liberty. And this wasn't done by just me. It was also done by the crew for their wonderful testimony and for opening up their hearts and their minds to what we were doing. And I thank my friend, Mr. Dave Gahary. They put his name on this plaque. He owns it as well as I do. Rightfully so. Without Dave, this book wouldn't be done. Without Dave, we wouldn't be doing a movie. I owe David a great deal of gratitude, which I can never repay, and I will never, ever, ever forget. So I'm going to show you here what this looks like. Presented to Phil Tourney and Dave Gahary, USS Liberty. In appreciation of your commitment and continuous support of veterans. Means a lot to all of us. Dave's a United States Naval veteran, as I am. He's, by the way, he's disabled, and unfortunately, he wasn't able to stay in the Navy, so they cut him loose. But let me finish this. 85th Military Order of the Purple Heart, 84th Ladies Auxiliary, National Convention, Dallas, Texas, August 2017. Folks, now if that doesn't say it all, right there, if that doesn't open up your heart, nothing will. All these patriots, all these men that gave up their blood and their lives and their limbs are asking you for your help. Thank you so much for watching this video. It means the world to us. And it means the world to the men and women that gave us this plaque. They gave it out of their hearts and their patriotism. So patriots out there, open up your hearts, open up your wallets. God bless you. God bless your family, and God bless America. Thank you.